It's one of those moments you never think will happen to you, right? You know, the whole missing your flight thing. I used to roll my eyes when people talked about travel insurance. I mean, it's just a little extra cost, right? It's one of those things that feels unnecessary until you need it. So let me tell you what happened to me. I had just wrapped up a long trip abroad, and I was already mentally preparing myself for that home sweet home moment. The excitement of seeing family, getting back into routine, maybe even a little bit of relief. But of course, nothing ever goes exactly as planned. I got to the airport way earlier than I needed to. The check-in process was smooth, no issues with baggage. I was feeling pretty smug, honestly. Everything was going perfectly. But then I got this notification. You know, the one where your flight's delayed and it keeps getting pushed back in increments. First, it's an hour, then 2 hours, then 3. By the time it's almost time for me to board, I'm sitting at the gate, watching the clock tick away, and my plane is just nowhere in sight. Then it happened. I get the dreaded text. Flight cancelled. Panic doesn't even begin to describe what I felt. I looked around at the other passengers, all doing the same thing. Some were calling customer service, some were walking around in circles. There was no clear direction, no immediate solutions. It was chaos, and I was stuck in the middle of it. So there I was, stuck in this limbo between a missed flight, nowhere to turn, and zero control over the situation. And this is where it gets tricky. Because, let's be real, when you're out there 1,000 miles from home, nothing is more stressful than trying to find a new flight with limited options, all while facing the overwhelming reality of waiting in endless lines, dealing with airport staff who can't do much for you, and just feeling completely lost. I remember thinking, how is this my life right now? I needed to find a new flight, immediately. But everything was booked. Every single route I tried was either full, had insane layovers, or was way too expensive. So, here's where the emotional twist comes in. I was about to lose it. I really thought I'd be stuck there for days. And then, like a small miracle, I remembered something. I had travel insurance. It was one of those things I hadn't even thought about much until I was already in the mess. It wasn't a big, flashy policy. It wasn't something I obsessed over. But it was there, just enough to make a difference when I truly needed it. I called the insurance company, and I honestly wasn't expecting much. I had already seen how little the airport staff could do for me. But to my surprise, the process was smooth. They didn't just leave me on hold for hours or give me a generic "we're working on it" response. They immediately started working on finding a new flight. They had a system in place to connect me with new booking options, and within hours, I had a new flight home. Not only that, but they managed to cover the cost difference between the cancelled flight and the new one. So, no crazy added expense on top of everything else. The thing is, I never thought I'd need it. But that travel insurance turned out to be my lifeline. It wasn't just some random add-on, it was the difference between me being stuck there for days and getting home safely and stress-free. And here's the thing, sometimes life throws you curveballs. Sometimes things go wrong, and you find yourself scrambling to fix them. But having a safety net in place, that peace of mind, it's priceless. I didn't expect it to work out like that. But in the end, I was able to get home, rest, and process everything that had happened. And I don't know what I would have done without it. So if you're like I was, thinking that travel insurance is just one more thing to waste money on, I get it. I really do. But from someone who's been in the mess and managed to crawl out thanks to that little policy, I've learned that it's a game changer. And hey, this isn't an ad, but I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that Auras.insure saved me that day. I've used them a few times now, and honestly, they've been my travel insurance hack. No fuss, no drama, just peace of mind when you need it the most. So if you're thinking about your next trip and debating whether or not to get insurance, just remember, life doesn't always go according to plan. But having that safety net, it makes all the difference. Anyway, thanks for listening. Safe travels out there.